Imagine waking up tired, your body aching, and your mind clouded with stress. You reach for a pill, just like yesterday and the day before. But deep down, a quiet question stirs. Is there another way? What if true healing isn't just about taking medicine, but about transformation from within? Have you ever noticed how some people bounce back from illness quickly, while others stay unwell for years? Some feel energized every day, while others struggle with fatigue, even when they eat well and do everything right. So what's the difference? And more importantly, can we truly heal without depending on pills? Think back to a moment of pure happiness, just for a second. Remember how your body felt lighter, your breath smoother, your mind at ease. That wasn't just. Both science and ancient wisdom agree. Your thoughts, emotions, and lifestyle shape your health. Yet today we're so used to quick fixes that we've forgotten the powerful healing force already within us. Take something as simple as a cold. Two people fall ill. One worries, stressed and restless. The other remains calm, rests peacefully, and recovers quickly. The difference, not just medicine but mindset. Your body is always listening to your thoughts more than you realize. Welcome to Insightful Journey, where we uncover deeper truths about life, health, and inner wellness. If you're ready to move beyond pills and awaken your natural healing power, stay with us to the end. Before we dive in, only 0.2% of viewers subscribe. If this resonates, support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Drop a comment below and let us know your thoughts. Your support helps us create more content that inspires transformation. Buddhism teaches that healing doesn't begin with medicine, it begins with the mind. Your thoughts shape your world. Your emotions fuel your vitality. Your actions determine your health. By embracing timeless wisdom, you can unlock your body's natural ability to heal. This isn't about rejecting doctors or medicine. It's about becoming an active participant in your well-being, treating the root, not just the symptom. For centuries, Buddhist monks have thrived in harsh conditions not because of modern medicine, but through disciplined living, mindful awareness, and deep harmony with nature. Now imagine bringing these same principles into your everyday life. In this series, we'll explore the healing secrets of Buddhism through meditation, mindfulness, and ancient teachings. You'll learn how a calm mind supports a healthy body, how awareness can prevent illness before it starts, and how your emotions hold untapped healing power. This journey is about balance, not gadgets or complex routines, just simple shifts in how you think, feel, and live. Are you ready to discover the healing power within you? Let's begin. Take a deep breath with me now. Inhale, hold, and release. Feel that? That simple breath, the one we often ignore, is the bridge between your mind and body. In today's fast-paced world, we treat the mind and body as separate, but Buddhism reminds us they are one. Your thoughts influence your body. Your body influences your mind. Think of stress, how it tightens your muscles, or being sick, how it clouds your mood. That's the mind-body connection in action. Picture a calm, clear pond. Now picture a gust of wind stirring the water into waves. That's your mind. Peaceful thoughts bring clarity, while fear and anger stir up turmoil. Notice how negativity drains your energy. One moment of rage can leave you exhausted for hours, but a single act of kindness can lift your spirit in seconds. This isn't coincidence. It's communication. Your mind and body speaking their natural language. Monks have known this for generations. They don't rely on pills to heal. They care for their minds. A peaceful mind creates a healthy body. A restless mind breeds illness. It's that simple. Yet in modern life, we complicate healing. We search for external solutions, ignoring the deeper cause, often found within. You don't have to be a monk to experience this. Just reflect. When you're at peace, doesn't your body feel lighter? When you're joyful, doesn't your energy rise? And when you're trapped in negativity, doesn't everything feel heavier? Your mind doesn't just influence your body, it shapes it. Stress leads to physical tension. Anger tightens your chest. Fear twists your stomach. But when you breathe deeply, when you release, healing begins. Modern science now confirms what Buddhism has taught for millennia. Stress weakens your immune system. Peace strengthens it. Negative emotions release harmful chemicals. Positive emotions trigger healing. That's why monks meditate, not just for peace of mind, but for strength, for vitality, for life itself. So what does this mean for you? It means every thought you hold matters. Healing isn't only about diet or medicine. It's about mindset, emotion, and lifestyle. Have you ever noticed how people who constantly complain about illness often stay sick, while those who choose not to be defined by it recover faster than expected? This is your reminder. You hold more healing power than you think. This is the power of the mind-body connection. If you truly want to heal, begin here, with your thoughts. Ask yourself, what am I feeding my mind? Is it worry, anger, frustration? Or is it peace, kindness, acceptance? Every thought is a seed. What you plant is what will grow. Healing isn't a sudden event. It doesn't come from one pill, one practice, or one moment. It's a way of living, a continuous choice to nurture calm over chaos, love over fear, peace over pressure. So, take a moment now. Sit still. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And as you exhale, imagine releasing the tension, the fear, the pain. Let them float away, like clouds drifting across the sky. Feel your body responding, softening, relaxing, healing. This is your power. The power to heal from within. The power to transform your physical state by shifting your mindset, to stop fearing illness and instead live in harmony with health. Because the mind and body are not separate. They never were. They are one, always connected, always listening to each other. And when you truly understand this, real healing begins. Harnessing the power of meditation for healing. Close your eyes for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Feel it filling your lungs, energizing your body. Now exhale slowly. Let go of the tension you're carrying. Just for this moment, allow yourself to be fully here. This is meditation. Not something mystical, not something complex. Just this, being present, being aware, being still. The mind is like the ocean, sometimes calm, sometimes stormy. Waves of thoughts, emotions, and distractions crash through us constantly. But deep beneath the surface, there is stillness, peace, silence. Meditation is the path to that depth, to that place where true healing begins. Think about it. When you cut your hand, doesn't it heal on its own? When you get a cold, doesn't your body fight to recover? The body knows how to heal. But what gets in the way? Stress, anxiety, a restless, racing mind. When the mind is chaotic, the body falls out of balance. Meditation restores that balance. It reminds your body of its natural rhythm, its innate capacity to heal. Right now you may be carrying tension without even realizing it. Notice your shoulders, are they tight? Your jaw, are you clenching it? Your breath, is it shallow? Most of us spend our lives in constant tension, and then wonder why we're exhausted, in pain, or always unwell. When the mind never rests, the body never heals. Buddhist monks understood this centuries ago. They lived simply in nature, in stillness. They meditated not to escape life, but to deeply understand it, because the body follows the mind, and a peaceful mind creates a healthy body. Let me share a story with you. There was once a man tormented by severe headaches for years. He tried every medicine, every treatment. Nothing worked. Finally, a wise teacher told him, sit in silence for 30 minutes each day. Do nothing. Just breathe. The man laughed. How can sitting and breathing heal my pain? But he had tried everything else, so he gave it a chance. The first few days were tough. His mind was noisy and restless. But slowly, something shifted. His breath deepened, his body relaxed, and the pain, which had ruled his life for so long, began to fade. Within weeks, It was gone. Not because of a drug, not because of an external fix, but because his body was finally given the space to do what it was always meant to do: heal. This is the power of meditation. Not about forcing the mind to be empty, but learning to be aware. Aware of your breath, aware of your thoughts, aware of your body. And in that awareness, you return to balance. You return to yourself. You return to healing. When you become truly aware, you begin to notice the patterns that are silently harming you. You begin to recognize what your body truly needs. And when you offer it what it's asking for, rest, balance, peace, it begins to heal. Don't believe that meditation is only for monks or spiritual seekers. It's for everyone. A mother caring for her children, a worker at his desk, a student preparing for exams. Anyone, at any moment, can pause, breathe, and return to the present. The more you do this, the more your body listens, and the more your body heals. Modern science is finally catching up with what Buddhism has taught for centuries. Studies show that meditation reduces stress, lowers blood pressure, strengthens immunity, and even slows aging. But more than that, meditation gives you back control. Instead of reacting to life with fear and stress, you begin to respond with clarity and calm. Right now you might be thinking, but I don't have time to meditate. That's exactly why you need it. The busier your life is, the more overwhelmed your thoughts are. The more essential it becomes to pause. Even 5 minutes of stillness can change everything. Sit down, close your eyes, listen to your breath. Do this every day. Don't worry about doing it right. There is no right or wrong. Just sit, breathe, be. Your body already knows how to heal. It always has. All you need to do is give it the space to do so. Mindful living. The key to a healthy life. Take a deep breath. Feel the air filling your lungs. Feel your chest rise and fall gently. Now ask yourself, how often do you truly live in the present moment? How often do you eat without distraction? Walk without rushing? Sit in silence without reaching for your phone? Most people are not truly living. They are surviving, caught in thoughts of what's next, or haunted by what's past. The mind is scattered, and the body suffers. Stress builds, tension settles, sleep fades, energy drains. But what if I told you that healing doesn't begin with medicine or even food? It begins with awareness. Healing starts when you choose to live mindfully. Mindful living is not complicated. It's not about being perfect. It's about being here, fully. Eat when you eat. Walk when you walk. Listen when you listen. Breathe when you breathe. Think back to your last meal. Did you taste each bite? Or were you lost in your phone, your thoughts, your distractions? When you eat without awareness, your body struggles to absorb nourishment. But when you eat mindfully, digestion improves. Your body receives what it needs, and even a simple meal becomes deeply satisfying. When you walk, do you feel your feet touching the ground? Do you notice the wind on your skin? Or are you rushing to the next task, lost in worries? A mindful step heals. A hurried step drains. The same is true for emotions. When you're sad, do you feel it fully, or push it away? When you're angry, do you understand why, or let it take over? Mindfulness gives you space. Space to feel without being overwhelmed. Space to choose how you respond. And in that space, there is peace. Buddhism teaches that suffering comes from attachment to thoughts, emotions, expectations, illusions. But mindfulness helps you see things as they really are, not as your mind wants them to be. You stop fighting life. You stop clinging to pain. And in that gentle release, healing begins. Let me share a story. A young monk once went to his master, troubled by anxiety and exhaustion. He said, "Master, I meditate, I pray, but still my mind races. I feel restless." The master smiled and handed him a cup of tea. "Drink this mindfully," he said. The monk took a sip, but his mind wandered. thinking of duties, worries, memories. The master gently took the cup away. If you cannot drink tea mindfully, he said, how can you live mindfully? If you do not taste the tea, you do not taste life. Every moment is like this tea. If you are not present, you miss it. The monk understood. From that day forward, he slowed down. He paid attention to each breath, each step, each small action. And in that awareness, his restlessness faded. Healing is not always about doing more. Sometimes it's about being more, being present, being aware, being in harmony with life. You don't need to change your entire world, just how you meet each moment. And in that shift, true healing begins. Nature, healing, and the wisdom of stillness. Buddhist monks have understood this for centuries. They live close to nature in mountains, forests, and quiet places where life moves at its own pace. They know, when the body is weak, the earth can restore it. When the mind is restless, the sky can calm it. When the spirit feels lost, the flowing rivers can guide it home. Everything in nature teaches us something about healing. The tree does not rush to grow. It takes its time and becomes strong. The river does not fight its path. It flows, adapting to every bend and stone. The sun rises and sets without struggle, giving life without asking for anything in return. We, too, can learn from this effortless wisdom. Have you ever noticed how a walk in the forest clears your thoughts? How sitting by the ocean makes your problems feel smaller? This is not your imagination. Science now confirms what Buddhism has known for ages. Nature heals, not just the body, but the mind and soul. In Buddhist practice, nature is not just a backdrop. It is a teacher, a healer, a reflection of our inner world. The Buddha himself found enlightenment beneath a tree. Not in a temple, not in a book, but in stillness, in silence, in deep connection with life all around him. When you touch the earth with awareness, you touch something greater than yourself. When you breathe in fresh air with gratitude, you receive more than oxygen. You receive life itself. But we have forgotten this truth. Instead of walking in the rain, we run for cover. Instead of gazing at the stars, we stare at screens. Instead of listening to the wind, we drown ourselves in noise. And so we grow tired, sick, disconnected. Not because nature has abandoned us, but because we have abandoned it, reconnecting with nature. So, what can we do? How can we return to this ancient wisdom? The answer is simple. Slow down. Step outside. Begin to see, not with hurried eyes, but with presence. The next time you drink water, pause. Feel its coolness, its purity. This is not just a drink. This is life itself entering you. The next time you eat, look at your food. Where did it come from? The sun, the soil, the rain. All of nature working together to bring nourishment to your hands. Sit by a tree. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply. Can you feel that? The tree is giving you oxygen, asking for nothing in return. It stands tall, patient, unshaken by the storm. Can you learn to be like the tree? When illness comes, do not fear it. Return to the earth. Walk barefoot on the grass. Drink pure water. Breathe deeply in fresh morning air. Sit in silence. Let nature's rhythm heal what words cannot. Buddhist monks practice forest bathing, not as a technique, but as a way of life. They walk slowly. They feel the ground beneath their feet. They listen, not just to the birds, but to the silence between sounds. They do not rush. They simply exist, and in that existence, healing happens. Nature does not force, yet it transforms everything. A single seed becomes a mighty tree. A gentle stream carves through mountains. The soft glow of the moon calms the wildest ocean. This is the power of nature. This is the power within you. Let go of the belief that healing is something to chase. It is already here. It is in the rain that washes away the dust of the past, in the sun that warms your skin after a cold night, in the wind that carries away your worries. When you feel unwell, Don't just look for a cure. Look for balance. Ask yourself, have I felt the sun today? Have I walked among trees? Have I breathed in the fresh morning air? Have I listened to the song of nature, the whispers of the earth? There is wisdom in the way nature moves. It does not resist, yet it endures. It does not hurry, yet it achieves everything. When we align ourselves with this flow, healing no longer becomes a struggle. It becomes something we simply allow. So, step outside. Feel the ground beneath you. Breathe in the gift of life. And remember, you are not separate from nature. You are a part of it. And when you reconnect with it, you reconnect with yourself. Detoxing the mind. Letting go of negative energy. This is the burden of the mind. The invisible weight we carry every day. Just as the body needs cleanse, so too does the mind. Imagine a cup filled with dirty water. No matter how much fresh water you pour in, it will remain cloudy, unless the old water is emptied first. This is how the mind works. You may try to fill your life with peace, happiness, and wisdom, but if the mind is still holding on to negativity, nothing truly changes. To heal, you must first let go. Letting go does not mean forgetting. It does not mean pretending it never happened. It means loosening your grip on what no longer serves you. A clenched fist cannot receive. A mind holding on to pain cannot embrace peace. Think of a time when someone hurt you, with words or silence, with actions or neglect. Maybe it was long ago, but even now, the memory still stings. The body may have healed, but the mind still suffers, because the wound was never clean, only covered. Negative energy remains trapped inside, creating patterns of suffering. Most people try to escape this pain by staying busy, by distracting themselves, by saying, but unhealed emotions do not disappear. They surface again, as stress, as illness, as sudden anger, or quiet sadness. The only way out is through. A wise person once said, "You do not have to push the river. It flows by itself." Your thoughts and emotions are like that river. When you fight them, resist them, block them, they grow stronger, like water against a dam. But when you let them flow, they pass, and the river clears itself. Close your eyes for a moment. Picture yourself standing in a stream. The water rushes past your feet. Now imagine each negative thought, each painful memory, as a leaf floating by. Don't grab it. Don't hold it. Just let it drift further and further until it disappears. This is the practice of releasing. The mind can be cleansed. Buddhism teaches suffering is not caused by what happens to us, but by how tightly we hold on to it. Pain is natural. Suffering is optional. The moment you loosen your grip on the past, you set yourself free. This is why monks practice mindfulness, not to escape the world, but to see it clearly. A still pond reflects the moon perfectly. A disturbed pond shows only ripples. So how do we cleanse the mind in daily life? It begins with awareness. Observe your thoughts without judgment. When anger arises, notice it, but do not feed it. When sadness comes, sit with it, but do not become it. Thoughts are like clouds. They come and go. You are not the cloud. You are the sky. Breath, the natural purifier. Your breath is a powerful tool. Each deep inhale brings fresh energy. Each slow exhale releases tension. Try this now. Inhale deeply through your nose. Hold for a moment. Exhale slowly. Do this 3 times. Notice how your body softens. Notice how your mind becomes lighter. The power of gratitude. Gratitude is another medicine. Negative energy cannot survive where gratitude lives. Each night before you sleep, think of 3 things you are thankful for. They do not have to be big. Perhaps the warmth of sunlight, the kindness of a stranger, the simple joy of a meal. Gratitude shifts your mind from what is missing to what is already here. What you consume matters. Detoxing the mind is not just about letting go of thoughts. but also being mindful of what you let in. Not just food, but media, conversations, energy, and environments. If you surround yourself with constant complaining, negativity, and fear, your mind absorbs it. Choose your surroundings with care. Protect your peace. Let go of the need to control everything. So much suffering comes from trying to hold on to things meant to change. Seasons shift. Rivers flow. People come and go. This is the nature of life. When you stop resisting this, peace arises, impermanence, and the ocean within. One of Buddhism's greatest truths is impermanence. Everything changes. No storm lasts forever. No pain is eternal. When you understand this, you stop fearing emotions. You let them come, and you let them go, like waves on the ocean. But the ocean remains. You are not your thoughts. You are not your pain. You are the ocean. You are the sky. Emotions are just passing clouds. Let them drift, and in their place, clarity will arise. Daily practice, daily peace. Detoxing the mind is not something you do once. It is a daily practice, like tending a garden, clearing the weeds, watering the roots. Each time you let go, you become lighter. The past loses its hold. The future stops causing fear, and you begin to live truly in the present. So now, take a breath. Feel the weight lift, and remember, healing begins the moment you decide to let go. The role of compassion and kindness in self-healing. When you show kindness, you do not just heal others, you heal yourself. When you let go of anger, you free your own heart. When you forgive, you lift a heavy burden from your soul. Think about the last time you were truly angry. Your body tensed, your breath grew shallow, your heartbeat raced, sleep escaped you. Your mind replayed the moment again and again. But when you finally let go, when you forgave, or simply chose not to hold on, didn't you feel lighter? That is healing. That is compassion, working from within. Now imagine carrying that anger, that resentment, for years. What do you think it does to your body, your mind, your energy? Many illnesses do not begin in the body alone, but in the emotions we refuse to release. Stress, anxiety, depression, even chronic pain, are often rooted in the heaviness of unresolved emotion. Buddhism teaches, when we cultivate compassion, we make space for healing, not just for others, for ourselves. Compassion is light. Imagine a small candle in a dark room. When you light it, the darkness does not resist. It simply disappears. Compassion is like that light. It dissolves pain, softens suffering, and melts away negativity. And the most beautiful truth, the more you give, the brighter it becomes. Some may ask, but what if others take advantage of my kindness? What if they hurt me? True compassion does not mean allowing others to harm you. It means recognizing that those who hurt others are often carrying pain themselves. It means seeing beyond anger, beyond fear, beyond mistakes. It means protecting your own peace while still wishing peace for others. A Buddhist monk once said, holding on to anger is like holding a hot coal, hoping the other person gets burned. The longer we cling to resentment, the more we suffer. The moment we release it, we begin to heal. Nature gives freely. Look to nature. A tree does not choose who may rest beneath its shade. The sun does not choose who receives its warmth. The wind does not ask who deserves its coolness. Nature gives freely, without expectation, and in that giving, it stays full of life. Now, look inward. How often do you hold back kindness? How often do you build walls around your heart, afraid to be hurt? Healing begins when we open those walls, not recklessly, but with wisdom. When we choose to respond with understanding instead of anger, we free ourselves. The strength of compassion. There is a reason those who live with compassion Monks, saints, or ordinary people who choose to love seem to carry a light within them. Their hearts are lighter. Their minds are clearer. Their energy flows freely because they do not carry the unnecessary weight of hatred, grudges, and fear. Compassion is not weakness. It is strength. It takes strength to forgive. It takes strength to be kind in a world that sometimes feels harsh. It takes strength to choose peace when conflict is easier. And that strength heals deeply, quietly, beautifully. Healing through kindness. Imagine waking each morning with a heart free of resentment, a mind free of worry, a soul unburdened by fear. Imagine living each moment with kindness, not because you expect anything in return, but because it feels natural, because it makes you feel alive. This is the secret many overlook. Compassion is not just for others, it is for you. The more you give, the more you receive. The more you release, the more space you create for healing, for joy, for peace. There is no secret ritual, no complex formula, only this, a simple choice, in every moment, in every situation, to choose kindness, even in small ways. A gentle smile, a kind word, a moment of patience. Each act of compassion is a drop of healing, rippling farther than you can imagine. And in that kindness, healing begins. Sacred chanting and vibrational healing in Buddhism. Chants work in the same way as breath. They bring you home. They are not just words. They are rhythm, vibration, a return to harmony. When you chant, you are not just making sound. You are tuning your body like a sacred instrument. And when your body is in tune, healing flows naturally. Think of a time you were deeply stressed, your breath shallow, your muscles tight, your thoughts scattered. Now remember a moment of deep peace, your breath long and full, your body soft, your mind still. The difference? Energy. And energy can be shifted through sound. Imagine dropping a small pebble into still water. The ripples move outward in perfect circles. But if the water is already disturbed, the ripples become chaotic, colliding with noise. This is what happens inside you when stress overwhelms the mind. Chanting is the steady sound, the gentle ripple that brings the storm to stillness. This is why monks chant. This is why sacred sounds have echoed in temples for thousands of years. But you do not need to be a monk. You do not need to know Sanskrit or Pali. You only need to feel, to intend, to open your voice. Even humming a simple can shift your entire being. Try it now. Inhale deeply. Hold. Exhale with a gentle hum. Feel it in your chest, your throat, your skull, your heart. Again and again. Notice your breath slows, your thoughts soften, your energy aligns. This is healing. Simple, natural, profound. Many believe healing must be complicated, special tools, expensive treatments, endless effort. But the truth is, healing already lives inside you. Your breath, your voice, your vibration. These are sacred instruments. You only need to remember how to use them. Think of a baby crying. The moment a mother hums a soft lullaby, the child begins to calm. Why? Because sound is not just heard. It is felt. It is comfort. It is safety. It is love traveling as frequency. When you chant, you are whispering to your body, you are safe. You are loved. You are healing. Science is only now beginning to understand what monks have known for centuries. Studies show chanting can reduce anxiety, lower blood pressure, ease pain, boost the immune system. Hospitals now explore sound therapy. Patients find comfort in frequencies. Vibration, it seems, is medicine. But you don't need proof. You need presence. Try it yourself. A breath, a tone, a mantra, a moment of intention. This is enough. Healing does not always arrive with noise. Sometimes it begins in stillness. This is why monks rise before dawn. They sit in silence, and they chant, not for performance, not for others, but because they know sound is medicine. Vibration is peace. The universe is made of frequency, and we are tuning ourselves to truth. They chant again and again, until their bones vibrate with calm, until their thoughts dissolve into light, until their breath becomes the wind, their voices the mountain. If you listen closely, with your heart, not your ears, you will hear it. The sound of healing, the sound of balance, the sound of life itself. This is food that heals. Now let me tell you something even more powerful: fasting. Many fears hunger. They believe that skipping a meal will make the body weak, that absence is dangerous. But the truth whispers a different story. The body is wise. It knows how to heal if we allow it. When we stop eating, something sacred begins. The body doesn't panic. It purifies. It cleans. It restores. Old cells are swept away. Toxins are released. Energy turns inward, not toward digestion, but toward healing. In Buddhist practice, monks eat only until midday, not because of rigid rules, but because they honor balance. The body doesn't need constant filling. It needs time to rest, to digest, to renew. When we are always eating, we are always consuming. We leave no space for healing. But when we fast, even for a short time, we give the body room to breathe. Have you noticed that when animals are sick, they stop eating? They trust their bodies. They rest. They allow healing to unfold. But humans, we do the opposite. We eat more. We push more. We numb the discomfort. Fasting is not starvation. It is freedom. It teaches you. You are not a slave to hunger. You can live with less. You can choose stillness over craving. And when the body lightens, so does the mind. Fasting sharpens the senses. It quiets the noise within. That is why monks fast before meditation. A light body creates a light mind. Healing is not always in more food, more medicine, more noise. True healing is in less burden, less chaos, less waste. Your body already knows what it needs. It is your habits that forget. It is your cravings that deceive. Some days you need a nourishing meal. Some days, a simple bowl of broth. Some days, no food at all. Only silence and water and breath. Eat with awareness, and food becomes medicine. Fast with wisdom, and hunger becomes healing. Live with balance, and health becomes your natural state. Do not rush to change everything. Just begin by noticing. Notice how you eat. Notice when hunger is real, and when it's just the heart looking for comfort. And when the moment feels right, give yourself the gift of pause. Let the body breathe. Let it heal. Let it rest. Because healing is not something you must chase. It is something that happens when you simply allow. The art of letting go. Healing through acceptance. Sit with me now. Close your eyes. Take a breath. Let it fill your lungs. Now exhale. Let it go. Feel how the air comes and goes. Effortless, natural, unforced. Life is like this breath. But do you allow it? Many suffer not from pain itself, but from holding on to old memories, to past wounds, to dreams that never came true. They cling to what was, and they resist what is. They hold on to fire, then wonder why they are burned. But healing begins when you learn the art of letting go, not just in thought, not just in words, but deep within the heart. Letting go is not weakness. It is not surrender. It is trust. Trust that you don't need to control everything to be at peace. Imagine a river. It never clings to the water that flows through it. It releases each drop with grace, and in letting go, it remains full, alive, free. But what if the river tried to hold on? If it froze every droplet in fear of loss, it would become stagnant, lifeless. Still water cannot nourish. Still pain cannot heal. A grieving man once came to the Buddha. His son had died. His sorrow was endless. He asked, "Why must we lose the ones we love?" The Buddha replied, "If you hold a burning coal in your hand, will it spare you? Just because you do not wish to be burned." And the man understood. Pain is inevitable, but suffering is our refusal to release. Everything rises, everything falls. The seasons, the stars fade, nothing remains. And this is not tragedy. This is truth. Strength is not in holding on. Strength is in opening, in trusting life, even when it breaks your plans. Letting go does not mean you lose. It means you create space for peace, for joy, for healing. A monk once climbed a mountain, carrying a heavy sack of rice. With each step, the weight grew heavier. A traveler passed and asked, "Why do you not set it down and rest?" The monk smiled and replied, "Would you like me to finish this parable and continue into the next section? Let me know how you'd like this narrative to evolve, more poetic parables, meditative tone, or a shift toward guidance and practice. Final transformation. Embracing a life of true well-being. Breathe deeply. Eat with awareness. Rest when tired. Move when energy arises. Speak gently. Think kindly. Live slowly. You do not need to strive so hard for healing. It is not somewhere distant. It is not hiding in the future. It is not locked in another remedy or buried in someone else's advice. It is here, in this breath, in this moment, in your willingness to trust yourself. But this is what people do with their pain. They carry it long after it is needed, long after it has served its purpose. Ask yourself, what are you still carrying? What grief? What regret? What anger still weighs on your shoulders? And more importantly, are you ready to set it down? Healing is not about fixing every broken piece. It is not about rewriting the past or bending the future into your design. Healing is about accepting. It is about standing in this moment and knowing this is enough. Have you ever watched a leaf fall from a tree? It does not resist. It does not cling. It simply lets go, floating gently, trusting the wind, trusting the ground beneath it. Letting go is the same. It is not fall. It is freedom. There is an old Zen story. Two monks walked a dusty road. At the riverbank, a woman stood, unsure how to cross. The elder monk lifted her onto his back, carried her across, and gently set her down. Hours passed. The younger monk could no longer stay silent. "We are monks. We do not touch women. Why did you carry her?" The older monk smiled and replied, "I set her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her? And you, how often do you do this? Something happens, but you keep carrying it. Long after it's gone, you replay the words. You relive the pain. You feed the memory, as if it will give you power. But tell me, has it ever freed you? Suffering, the Buddha taught, is not in the moment itself. It is in our resistance to it. It is in our refusal to let go. You have a choice. To hold on to yesterday's weight, or to rise and meet today with open hands. To grip the burning coal, or to let it drop and feel the cool relief of freedom. Letting go is not something you do once. It is a practice, a way of being, a gentle, daily offering to life. Ask yourself, am I holding on, or am I allowing myself to be free? You do not need to carry what no longer serves you. You are not your pain. You are not your You are not your failures. You are the one who can choose to set them down, to walk forward in peace, to breathe out, to let go. And in that letting go, feel the healing begin. You have come far. Sit, close your eyes, feel your breath, your weight on the earth, the silence within you. This is not the end. This is the beginning. You sought healing, not through medicine, but through meaning, not through escaping pain, but through understanding it. And now you see, you are already whole. You always were. The body, the mind, the spirit, they are not separate. They are one. And when they move together, healing flows naturally. Now I ask you, will you go back to old patterns, to waiting for something outside you to save you, or will you step forward into this new way of being, where healing is not given to you, but arises from within? The Buddha said, suffering exists, but so does the path beyond suffering. That path is not found in pills, not in perfection, not in control. It is found in your breath, in your thought, in your stillness, in your surrender. Healing is not escape, it is transformation. When you are stressed, observe, breathe, do not react. When the body is tired, do not force it. Rest, nourish. When emotions rise, do not suppress them. Sit, listen. They too are a part of your healing. Look at nature. A tree does not try to heal. It just keeps growing, and what was once a wound becomes part of its strength. A river does not try to force its flow. It moves, it bends, and in that movement, it finds power. You are like that. The more you return to your natural rhythm, the more effortlessly you heal. And so, breathe again. Feel this moment. Not as a destination, but as a return. You are home. You are whole. You are healing. The last. Returning to wholeness. Move your body with care. Rest when needed. Let go of what does not serve you. Fill your life with love, kindness, and gratitude. Be present in each moment. These are not just words. They are the foundation of true well-being. But now comes the most important question. Will you live by this wisdom? Will you make this not just something you hear, but something you practice? Many listen to truth, but never live it. They search for wisdom, but do not use it. They know what is right, yet choose what is easy. Don't be like them. Walk this path completely, with your whole heart. Promise yourself today, no more returning to old suffering. No more habits that steal your peace. Choose to live, awake, balanced, free. This journey was never about adding something new. It was simply remembering what you have always carried inside. You lack nothing. You are already complete. You don't need pills to feel whole. The power to create harmony in your life lives in you, in how you move, in how you think, in how you breathe. Now we arrive at the final step. But remember, this is not an ending. It is your new beginning. Take one slow breath. Feel it rise in your chest. Feel life moving through you. And as you let it out, release. Let go of the worries. Let go of the fear. Let go of the old stories. Leave them here. In this moment, you are free. Right now, healing is already working through you. Thank you for walking this path. Thank you for letting this wisdom touch your life. If you found even one moment of peace, one breath of clarity, then you are exactly where you need to be. So many people watch, but only a few choose to act. If this journey spoke to you, like, comment, and join our community. Your support allows us to keep sharing these truths, and I truly want to hear from you. What did this journey awaken in you? What will you carry forward? This is not goodbye. It is an invitation to step into a new way of being. The choice is always yours. Now go. Be you. Completely. Naturally. Fearlessly. Your freedom starts here.